I'm Tim Barkley with Charleston Home and Design Magazine, and we're out on location at this beautiful Leadenwah Island custom-built home, and we're speaking with Susan Heyer with the Fieldstone Center, and also Petie Ambrose with Leadenwah Landscape, who's responsible for all the landscaping here. How you doing, folks?
We're doing great.
I'm doing good.
Good. Well, thank you all for inviting us out here today, and we're going to be talking about pavers for the driveway, pavers for some of the patio areas that were installed here, and also just talking about in general the landscaping that Petie Ambrose with Leadenwah Landscaping was responsible for. But let's go ahead and focus on the pavers for a second. Susan, all of these pavers came from the Fieldstone Center. Kind of just in general, tell us about the pavers and the project in general.
Okay. This is actually a newer project or a newer material from Belgard, and it is what they call an Eco Dublin, and it is pervious, comes in many different colors, but it is ideally set for this type of an environment.
Eco Dublin, what is there any particular name for that?
It is, they have so many varieties and so many style names, and this just happens to be part of their environmental package, and it is one of many.
And Petie, tell me about the installation here, because normally when pavers are kind of butted up against each other, but these have got a good half-inch space between each one. Why is that?
Well, they're designed to absorb all the water into the rock that's beneath them. There's 10 inches of rock beneath them, which gives you a good layer of area to hold the water that runs off, so you don't have any kind of runoff.
And they're right here. Looks to be we're right near Rockville and Wadmalaw Sound, and that could be a concern for. They're obviously concerned about the water quality, because this wasn't required that they do this kind of thing.
No, it wasn't required. The homeowner just liked the design and liked the fact that there's no runoff into the river. Everything goes right into the stone itself.
Right, and the concern we have here in the Lowcountry is pet waste. If you don't have pervious material like these pavers here, the rainwater has nowhere to go, and so it picks up the pollutants and everything like that, and those end up going right into our waterways.
That's correct.
One of the other items that's so nice about having a cobblestone type effect is that with all of these beautiful trees, you have the root system, and a lot of times if you were to come in here and just pour a concrete mass, then you're going to have to start to talk about all the breakage that these roots are going to create as they start to mature even further. So with this, you've already got the segments in the concrete, or in the material. And if you do have a root that's going to push up and get into the way, you're going to at that point be able to pull up the materials that you need, make the repairs, and then put them back down.
Right. So if we can get a close-up of some of these pavers. So basically, if there was a root that was running underneath here, it might kind of push up some of these pavers. But then what's required is you be able to take that paver up, and what would you be able to do to even it out again?
You can cut the root out that's causing the problem, replace all the stone and all the pavers right back how they were, and you don't have to replace a whole section of concrete like a concrete driveway you would.
Right, and with concrete, it's not a matter of if, but when it will crack.
That's correct. It will crack.
And you went with the Belgard pavers from the Fieldstone Center, but what other kinds of options are available at Fieldstone Center?
Oh, that's an unlimited almost, it seems like. But you do have a lot of flagstone type materials, or if you like to use cut pattern type material, then we have a wide variety of that. Both the traditional bluestone of the Charleston area, along with a lot of other domestic materials from throughout the area. We have several imported materials throughout the world, so we've got a lot of material.
And I notice as I'm looking at this drive, it kind of looks like you've got a border here, Petie, that kind of guides your car right into the to the garage.
Yeah, we put that in there just because it kind of brings your eye right up to the front of the house. It draws everything right into the house.
Yeah, and it's nice to break it up a little bit so it's not just one massive field of pavers.
That's correct. Yeah, we do a lot of border stuff like this. Add circles, circle kits inside, do half circles. There's all kind of stuff you can do with these pavers to make the kind of the design you want, to end up with.
And pavers are, you can attempt to do this at home yourself, but it's not recommended. You're going to break your back doing it. Not literally, but I've done it myself, and I felt like my back was breaking afterwards. It's much better to hire a professional like Leadenwah Landscaping to install the product, and that way you don't have to worry about putting in all that effort and time and then it not looking perfect, which is exactly the way this looks, is perfect.
Yeah, that's right. And I mean, when you get a contractor, I'm a certified contractor for these paver bricks, and anything I install is guaranteed for 5 years by Belgard and by my company. So we come back and fix anything that happens to keep it looking like it should.
That's great. Well, let's go ahead and move around to the patio area where that fire pit is, and also into the back of the house. Okay, Susan and Petie, tell us about this beautiful circle patio here that we have.
Well, this is a circle kit. It's actually not a pervious. It's pervious, but the paver bricks are not sold as a pervious paver. I had to design this to match the rest of the property. So we just extended the joints, did extra base underneath them so they wouldn't move, and made this into a pervious system.
Gotcha. And these they refer to them as circle kits, and they basically come with all of the different paver pieces picked out in advance, right, Susan?
That's correct. And it usually comes with two sizes that you could actually do. So if you have a smaller area, you can do a smaller circle. And then if you want to do the full circle and you need a little bit more, then after you get to that point, you can then purchase the regular square rectangle situation to extend your circle kit out to as far or as large as you really want it to be.
And this looks like it's about a 10 or 12 foot diameter circle.
Yeah, this is, I think, a 12-foot circle, I believe.
Well, it looks fantastic, and this is a good example if a homeowner was looking to maybe add an accent to their house using pavers, if they wanted to install a patio in their backyard rather than an entire driveway or something like that. This is a good example of something that a homeowner could get at their own house.
That's correct. And we do have quite a few homeowners that do purchase the materials to install themselves. And when they come back and they say, we did it, this big sense of accomplishment, and they're very happy with it.
Well, that's great. I'm sure you are willing to hold their hands through the whole process, right?
We do walk them through quite a bit, yes. And that's part of what we like to do. We have this little issue where we like to encourage you. You can do it. We will help you. We will teach you. And we won't hold your hand and we won't come do it for you. But we are very, very happy that that's part of our customer service.
And if it doesn't turn out exactly the way you like, you can give him the name of Petie here, and he can come out and fix the mistakes, right?
That's right. Yeah, we can do that.
All right. Well, let's move to the back of the house and take a look at that other patio area that you have with pavers. Okay, now we're in the backyard area, and we've come across another one of these beautiful patio seating areas with the materials that came from the Fieldstone Center. Susan, you want to tell us about this?
Well, this is continued. They have a circle kit here in the center, and then along with that, then they've extended it and incorporated the Dublin cobble, the ecosystem again. One thing that they have added here, which is nice, is this seating wall, which is a Country Manor product. Again, still a Belgard product, and it is very user-friendly, but it just adds so much extra depth. It's just extra seating right here on the patio. Fairly easy to install, don't you think, Petie?
Yeah.
This is like a dry stack?
Yeah, it's like a dry stack. It's got little pins that hold it from moving, and it's glued together so it'll never move once we set it in there.
And what's the you were mentioning off camera that the retaining wall primarily serves as a for seating, but it's also structural.
Yeah, it's structural in the aspect that it holds that next level of the yard up. It will never move into this section. It does have like fabric, geotextile fabric on the outside, so it will let the water run into the rock that's below this patio off of the yard, so it absorbs all the water, but it doesn't let any of the silt or anything else through the wall.
And it's kind of looking at that retaining wall again. It has a tumbled rock look to it, but it's really hard to tell that this is a man-made product.
It is. It's very true. It's a very nice product, and in this particular product is actually tumbled or split on both sides, so it doesn't have to be backfilled. It can be freestanding if that would be the case in your situation.
Yeah, and you might have certain situations where one house might be on a different elevation than a house next door that requires this kind of a retaining wall. And why not dress it up a little bit?
Yeah, it's good to add elements of elevation into the yard all the time. I mean, Charleston is completely flat in most areas, so anything we can do to add heights and depths into the yard is always a good thing.
Gotcha. Okay, and I wanted our cameraman to get a quick shot of I believe this is the Stono River here, and I can see why the homeowners were so concerned with runoff and making sure that that they're not leaving a big footprint here. Susan, you were telling us about a slogan that you came across on Petie's website, and it kind of mirrors what the thinking of these homeowners here.
Exactly. It's wonderful. It says that we were not given the land by our parents. We are borrowing it from our children. And I just thought that was so true of this, especially this particular property. But that's the way we need to live these days. It's just important.
Yeah, absolutely. And pavers can really make a big difference. Obviously you want whatever space around your house you're going to be using pavers, you want it to function well and look its best, and be able to leave it so that it's you're not leaving any kind of a problem for future relatives. Well, Petie, just a quick mention, besides all of the hardscape material here, you were responsible for all the landscaping in general out here at this house.
Yeah, we did everything from pretty much, everything. The sod, irrigation, all the plant material, the design, everything from start to finish.
That's important too, because sometimes there are landscapers who only do living plant material and don't touch hardscapes or anything like that, but it crosses over with you, so you can really get whatever kind of backyard that you like.
Yeah, well, I feel it's a good thing to be in touch with the homeowner when doing landscaping. They're the ones that are going to be living there, and it's good for them to be involved in kind of the design and the installation, and just because with landscaping you can move things a little bit and it's not a huge problem, and that's something my company does with a lot of the homeowners we deal with, is start from the beginning and just come through and do everything to the end, to maintenance in the yard after we're done.
Or even doing installations, I guess, over time if you don't have the money to do it all at once.
That's right. We can come back as many times as you want. It's not something you have to do the whole entire thing at once.
Well, Susan, anything else you want to add about the hardscape installation that Fieldstone Center was responsible for?
Well, one of the other things that we do have available, if you weren't interested in actually doing a paver driveway, but you still wanted part of that pervious application, is you could do an aggregate driveway, meaning just a crushed gravel material, or some people use just a little bit dressier item, maybe a river rock, but something that is still going to allow all of the water and debris to filter through into the soil.
Mm-hmm. And that's what they've done here. Is you've got a main driveway coming down that is shared by a couple of houses here, and then you've got this gravel material.
That's correct. Yep, it is a gravel material. They did continue the paver border, which helps to pull everything together and holds it, makes that break between the aggregate and the lawn.
Also holds the gravel from spilling out over into the grass.
That's correct. Yep.
And they were able to save a few dollars by not having by extending the pavers this way, and it ties all in with this very natural setting.
It does. It looks very nice, and it's very common. It's it's a very casual, gives you that country look, and that's what a lot of people are after.
Well, tell everybody how they can get in touch with the Fieldstone Center.
Well, you can come and visit us at 3066 Maybank Highway on Johns Island, or you can give us a telephone call. No need to set an appointment, just stop by. We've got almost 3 acres of material there for you to look at, browse, touch, feel, get those juices flowing, and lots of ideas.
How about a website?
Website would be fieldstonecenter.com.
Okay, and Petie, how about your contact information with Leadenwah Landscape?
You can call us. Anybody can call. Our office number is 557-1142. Just give us a call, and I'd be glad to come out. I give free estimates and love to come talk to anybody that is interested in doing this kind of stuff.
Okay, sounds good. Well, this is Tim Barkley with Charleston Home and Design Magazine. Thank you, folks.
Thank you.